Hello po mga kaguro, it's me again, Teacher Dennis. And for this video po, ay i-share ko po sa inyo kung paano i-accomplish po yung mga different school forms in this new normal. Based po ito sa DEPED Order No. 14 Series of 2021. Sa title, Interim Guidelines and Preparation and Checking for Submission of Different School Forms in this school year 2020 to 2021. So, keep watching po.
DEPED Memorandum No. 14 Series of 2021. The title, Interim Guidelines in the Preparation, Submission, and Checking of School Forms for the school year 2020 to 2021. So, ito po yung topic natin ngayon. Consistent with the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan or BELCP as stipulated in the DEPED Order No. 12 Series of 2020, the DEPED issues the interim guidelines in the preparation, submission, and checking of school forms for the school year 2020 to 2021. So, itong DEPED order po ay nakabase pa rin po sa Learning Continuity Plan po ng Department of Education. This issuance amends certain provisions of DEPED Order No. 4 Series of 2014 and 58 Series of 2017 to reflect the requirements of distance learning modalities in school forms, as well as to ensure the collection of necessary data for evidence-based decision-making for school year 2020 to 2021. So, ito pong DEPED na Order No. 14 ay nakapaloob pa rin po ito sa dalawang DEPED order. Subalit, meron lang pong certain provision sapagkat ang nilalayon po nito ay para po dito sa ating distance learning modalities na ating pong ginagamit ngayong pandemic or new normal. School Form 1, SF1, All School Registry. Additional data elements for learning modality shall be added in the existing SF1. The learning modality shall be updated whenever the learner shifts from one learning modality to another. So, ang nadagdag lang po sa SF1 ay yung learning modality na ating ginagamit sa pagtuturo. Ilalagay po natin yun doon sa may data po ng SF1. At the end of each quarter, the updated modality shall be generated through the Learner Information System or LIS as an official quarterly enrollment count per modality. The age to be recorded in the form is the learner's age by October 31, 2020. So before po tayo mag-proceed, nakikisuyo po ako sa inyo na please subscribe and hit bell button sa aking pong channel sapagkat para mag-i-updated po kayo sa aking mga new educational vlog na ginagawa. Thank you so much. Let's proceed to School Form 2 or SF2. Ito po yung daily attendance. Teachers, advisors may choose an applicable learning attendance conversion tool or LAC that can be considered in checking the learner's attendance. So, meron po revision dito. The chosen norm of attendance checking should be explained to parents and learners for awareness and transparency. So, i-explain po natin ito sa ating mga estudyante at parents para po maiwasan yung hindi pagkakaunawaan. So, LAC number 1 or Learner's Attendance Conversion Tool, ito po yung learning modality niya ay online. So, basically, converting presence in online class as daily class attendance. The learner shall be considered present even in the case where he or she was only able to enter the online learning platform for a few minutes due to internet connectivity and issues. So, dito po sa LAC 1, itong ginamit natin ay online modality. So, ipipresent pa rin po natin sila kahit na saglit lamang po sila nakapasok sa ating online platform na ginamit sapagkat i-consider po natin yung mga internet connectivity ng ating mga bata. Dito naman po sa LAC 2, ang ginamit is all distance learning modalities. So, paano naman po yung pagkuha ng attendance? Converting communication efforts with learners or parents into class attendance. So, ito po, tingnan natin. Attendance checking weekly. Number of contact efforts. So, 1 contact efforts for distribution, equivalent ng class attendance ay 3 days. So, 1 contact effort for retrieval, 3 days class or 3 class days po ang katumbas noon. So, mayroong revision na naman po. So, take note po tayo dito para po magamit natin sa ating mga bata. Dito naman po sa LAC 3, ang ginamit po na modality is printed and digital modular. So, mas marami po siguro sa atin ang gumagamit po nitong modality na to. So, converting the submission of outputs modules of learners into class attendance. So, kaya dahil nga po, hindi po natin namomonitor masyado yung attendance ng ating mga bata dahil gumagamit ng modular at walang face-to-face, ay ito po yung ating gagamitin. LAC 3, ang sabi, the total number of submitted outputs or modules, regardless of score, can be converted into class daily attendance. So, paano nga po ito? So, tingnan po natin ang example dito. So, sa weekly checking, ang titingnan po natin, ang kukunin po natin is number of submitted outputs or modules. Tapos po, yung number of required outputs or modules. Tapos po, yung complete days of attendance. Assuming, yung pinasa ng bata na outputs o module ay 6. Tapos naman po, yung required mo na outputs o modules o lahat ng ibinigay mo ay kailangan yung 9 outputs or modules. Tapos po, siyempre, yung complete days of attendance, example, 5 days, kasi po Monday to Friday. So, kunin lang po natin, meron lang pong formula. Ang napakadali lang pong formula nito. Una, kukunin natin number of submitted outputs, divide 2 number of required outputs times complete days of attendance. Tingnan po natin yung example. For example, meron tayong 6 na submitted na outputs. I-divide lang po natin sa 9, which is the required outputs or modules, equals 0.67 or convert po natin sa percent, 67% submission for the week. Ngayon, ita-times mo na po siya sa number or complete days of attendance o number 5 days po. Ito po yun. 0.67 times 5 days equals 3.35 or i-round up po natin equivalent to 3 days present for the week. So, ito na po yung ilalagay natin attendance ng ating bata. 3 days present for the week. The SF2 that are already prepared by the teachers for the first 2 quarters should be adapted without any further modification. Hence, the adoption of the LAC is only applicable and should only be used for the 3rd and 4th quarters school year 2020 to 21. So, dahil nga po late na po itong dumating na memo, so bali yung gagamitin nating itong SF2 na merong LAC or Learners Attendance conversion tool ay sa 3rd at 4th quarter na lang po natin ito gagamitin. The learner can only be considered as dropout or no longer participating in learning activities NLPA if he, she, and his parents or her parents voluntarily withdraw from schooling, or if he, she incurs absences of more than 20% of the prescribed number of class or laboratory periods during the school year or semester as per DEPED Order No. 8 Series of 2015. This is equivalent to 7 7 weeks of non-attendance in his and her online classes or non-submission of modules, activity sheets without any communication, contact efforts being made by the learner or parents, guardian with the teacher. So, pwede na po tayo mag-drop out or lagyan natin ng NLPA pagka yung ating mga estudyante ay nakapag 20% absences na po sa kanya at 7 sunod-sunod na weeks na walang paramdam, wala man lang pinapasa kahit ano sa output sa atin. School Form 3 or SF3, ito po yung books issued and returned. This form can also be utilized to record the distribution and retrieval of learning modules. In using SF3, for the recording and monitoring of modules, the title of the book shall be replaced with appropriate references code or with the title of module being issued or distributed. School Form 4 or SF4. Ito po yung monthly report of learners' movement and attendance. This form is the consolidated report of SF2 or daily attendance. The adjustments are as follows. So may mga adjustment po siya. A. Instead of monthly submission to the district and or division office, school form shall be submitted quarterly. So quarterly lang po natin isa-submit ito sa division or sa district. B. Replace the column for dropout with no longer participating in learning activities. So instead na dropout po ilalagay po natin, ang ilalagay po na lang natin ay NLPA. Stands for no longer participating in learning activities. NLPA is the status of learners whose parents, guardian, or even learner has failed to communicate or has not made any efforts to contact the class advisor for at least 7 consecutive weeks. This is also appropriate time for learners who have expressed desire to stop participation in any learning activity. If there is or the learner is expressing desire to continue participating in activities after 7 consecutive weeks of non-participation, the school head may assess the situational and decide for the best interest of the learners. So, yun nga po. Pagka nilagyan na po natin ng NLPA, dahil nga po sila ay, for example, 7 consecutive weeks na hindi lang paramdam, subalit bigla na lang pong nagparamdam, kumbaga sa termino natin na ghosting, di ba? Ngayon, ang magde-decide na po noon ay yung ating mga school head kung ano yung narapat gawin sa mga batang ganon. Additional data fields for mortality, death will also be included. So, mayroon na po doon sa SF4 na ang mortality date or death. Kasi nga po, pandemic, siyempre, hindi po maiwasan na mayroon pong mawawalang estudyante. School Form 8 or SF8, ito naman po yung basic health and nutrition profile. So, paano po ito makukuha sa panahon ng pandemic? Walang face-to-face. So, parents or guardian may administer the actual measuring of weight and health, o ito po yung body mass index, and submit a reading result to the class advisor. For parents or guardian who have limited resources or ability to make the actual measurement, they may seek the assistance of barangay health worker or another health professional. So, yun nga po, ang kukuha na lang po nito ay ang mga magulang. Kung ang magulang naman po ay walang kakayanan at limited yung resources, magpapatulong po doon sa mga barangay health worker o mga health professional. The reading result may be reported to the class advisor for encoding in the LIS. School Form 9 or SF9, ito po yung progress report. Instruction and guidelines related to assessment and computation of grades are available in DEPED Order No. 31 Series of 2020. Indicate at the bottom part of each column the learning modality being adopted each quarter. Ayun nga po kanina sinabi ko sa inyo. The character traits and the core values portion of SF9 are not required to accomplish siguro nga po hindi po natin ma-evaluate to ang character traits at core values ng ating estudyante sapagkat walang face-to-face. So, titingnan po natin yun. School Form 10, SF10, Permanent Record. Ito yung Form 137. Shall be prepared at the end of school year. The department shall also issue further instruction in accomplishing the said form. So, alam na po natin yon. Lastly, checking of school forms. The annual checking of school forms shall be only be done at the school level by the school checking committee. The school level checking may be conducted through online or on-site, provided that the health and safety protocol are being observed. So, yung nga pong checking of school forms ay merong designate yung ating principal ng mga committee. So, yun lamang po at maraming salamat. God bless you. Please like and subscribe my channel.